Hey, what's going on, guys? It's EJ from MyPathToSelf.com here. Sorry, it's been a while since I've uploaded anything. I've been working graveyard shifts at a new job to fund the supplement company and all this stuff. But I got a story for you guys. Okay, when I was in, I believe, 5th grade, I saw this movie. It was called The New Guy. You may have seen it. It has DJ Qualls is the main character in it. And it has some other people. I can't think of their names at the moment. But DJ Qualls, he's this nerdy kid in school. And, he's not very popular. No one really knows him. And if they do know him, they think of him as, the nerdy kid, the loner, that kind of thing. He has friends. They're all nerdy. And basically, he gets sick of it. He's in high school, and it sucks to be the odd one out anywhere. I mean, in high school, it's like #1 priority to be not necessarily liked by everyone, but to be known or to have some recognition and to not be known as, that guy, the nerdy kid, because you want the girls and all that stuff. So I saw this movie in 5th grade. It might have even been summer break after 5th grade. But I remember in the movie, he decides that he wants to change that. He's gonna become the popular kid. He's gonna become the one that everyone knows. And so he starts this transformation process. And, he's visiting, I don't know, I mean, it's kind of a weird movie how it's set up, but he visits this guy in jail. It's Eddie Griffin, the actor, Undercover Brother, all that stuff. And this guy's like hardcore criminal, and so he's teaching him how to walk confidently and how to scare people, like how to become the popular kid. I mean, I don't know why you'd go to a criminal for that information, but that's besides the point. So anyways, he starts this process, and basically what he does is he gets kicked out of school on purpose for doing something stupid. And then he switches schools. So first of all, he's eliminating all of the people that know him as a certain way, all the people that identify him as a certain type of person. He's eliminating from the equation. Then goes to this new school and decides not to go by his name, the same name that he was going at the first school. He was going by, I think, Dizzy Gillespie or something like that, and then he changes his name to some play on that, like Gil or something. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Basically, he changes his name, right? So even if one of his old people that knew him as the nerdy kid hears his name, they're not going to recognize it as him. Then, he changes all his behavior, his body language, walks different, talks different, all this stuff. And, I'm not suggesting to anyone that that's a good idea to completely change who you are like that. But, I saw this movie and it kind of inspired me because at the time I was also like a nerdy kid in school. I had friends, but they were kind of loners. They were the ones that played video games all day when they got home and stuff like that. And, I hung out with some of the, quote, cool kids, but mostly just because they needed help with their math homework or whatever, right? So they would, hang out with me pretty much so they wouldn't fail class. And it kind of sucked. I didn't like it. So in 6th grade, I stopped going by Evan, which is my legal first name, and started going by EJ. And it was a small difference, right? But I made it a point to become more outgoing, and talk to more people. And I joked in class rather than just sat and listened, And I just did all this different stuff rather than sit on the sidelines during recess and talk to my nerdy friends about video games. I went and played basketball with kids, and then after school I'd go and play basketball with them after school, and then I'd go hang out at their house and kind of absorb what they were doing and how they were attaining this popularity, whatever, and kind of just made a study out of it, And over time, by the end of 6th grade, I actually my grades had dropped, which, it wasn't hard because I had really, really, really good grades all the way through elementary school. They dropped off. I didn't fail any classes, but I started getting B's and C's instead of A's because I was focusing less on schoolwork than my social life. And over time, I started to attain that level of popularity that I wanted, which was kind of a weird thing because, internally, I still felt like the nerdy kid. I didn't know how to take it. And, it just kind of evolved over time. But basically what I'm saying is that, you can recreate yourself. You can turn yourself into whoever you want to be. But in order to do that, you have to know who you want to be. And that is what this whole audio is about right here. I want you to strongly consider, like when you were a kid, people asked you, what do you want to be when you grow up? You know, and most of the time people would name off a profession. Like they would say, oh, a doctor or a fireman or a policeman or an astronaut or, you know, whatever. But that's not who you are. You know, that's a job. I mean, I assume that, you know, if you're an astronaut or a doctor or something that takes multiple years of schooling and is really demanding and all that stuff, it is a large part of who you are, but that's not what I'm getting at here. I want you to think of the traits you want to see in yourself. And the clearer you can get on these traits, the clearer you can picture how they would look on you, you know, like the clearer you can see yourself in your mind acting through these traits, the more likely you can, the more clear of a goal you have to shoot for. And that's the goal, man. That's really what you got to do. You have to consider, like, take 10, 20 minutes out of your day and, you know, think of the people that, you know, inspire you, or the people that, you know, you have ambition to be like, you know, you aspire to be like these people. And what is it about them that you like? What is it about them that you want to exhibit in yourself? And once you become clear on this, you know, your target is a clear-cut thing, and you can literally map a path in your mind towards that ambition, towards that aspiration. And this has been crazy powerful for me. It's you know, I'm kind of indecisive at times, which is a problem I'm working on, but you have to have that goal, and you have to have it clear enough to you know, clear enough to pursue, because otherwise you're running in circles, because, you know, you don't know where you're going. So an analogy I really like to use for this is, like, if you're driving to a city you've never been before, in a different state that you've never been before, it's like you're gonna get there a lot quicker if you have a map or a GPS, because then you can, you know, if nothing else, you can at least head in that direction, because you realize where you're at. You can see the perspective from a bird's eye view. You know, you see where you're at and where you need to be, and then you can just head in that direction. And even if you don't get there, like, directly, even if you don't take the most direct route, you're gonna go there a lot quicker than if you just wing it and don't look at signs along the way and you just start driving. You know, I mean, maybe eventually you'll get there, but it's gonna take you a ridiculous amount longer. So that's all I want to challenge you guys to really, you know, think about who it is that you want to be. And not only that, but think about, you know, where you want to be, like, in, let's say, 5 years from now. If in 5 years from now you could be whoever you wanted to be, and you could be wherever in the world you want to be, and you could be at whatever position of whatever company, or, you know, starting your own business or whatever, the optimal, the best possible scenario you can see for yourself, including the traits you have in your personality, the things you've strengthened, the weaknesses maybe that, you know, are not so much weaknesses anymore because you have something to complement that and compensate for them. And you know, really just think about, again, you know, who you want to be, and come up with a clear picture of that in your mind, and don't forget it, hold on to it, and start pursuing it. Make sure every action you take during the day, every single day, is acting through that. And ultimately, you will start to identify with that picture you have in your mind. And the more you identify with it, the less likely you're gonna do anything that's gonna hold you back from achieving that. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I just kind of did it on a whim. I hadn't prepared this at all. But if you guys like this, please subscribe. I'm adding more videos. I mean, I'm trying to add them more constantly. I've been, like I said, working graveyards, so I've been kind of sleeping, you know, during the daytime, and it's been kind of killing my YouTube thing here. But I really wanted to post something, so I'm gonna post this tonight before I go to work. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys later. Bye.